Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Tobifusika podcast. And today on our show, we have a very special guest. Yes, I always say they're special because I mean they're special.
We are all special to God's eyes.
All right, so I'll leave him to introduce himself. Hello, stranger.
You are this stranger. Don't use that line on me. Now for your husband.
So you want to? Okay,
All
okay, I
right.
know.
Hello everyone.
All right.
My name is Seyi Popola. What else do I need to say? What I do?
How many children do you have?
How many children do I have? These days
I wanted to how many
people
girls
usually
that
have
you ask
children.
you.
Ah, don't do that before they kill me. But yeah, so I'm Seyi Popola. I am a project manager. Occasionally, and I think more than occasionally, I volunteer with NGOs, and that's why I got to meet you.
That's how.
Yeah.
That's how it is. That's how it is. So on today's episode of the podcast, we'll be discussing adult friendships, and it's very interesting because, okay, anything you put here, we should just take it from the one and only Seyi. That's all I can say.
No, hold on, no, don't do that. So the thing is, I'm not a knowledge expert on friendships, right? Everyone has their own. Thank you. Disclaimer, Ejo. I'm not a knowledge expert on friendships. I think everyone has their own experience, right?
Yeah,
So,
I agree.
friendships. So I think what I'll be talking about today, would be my views.
Views.
I think I've spoken to a couple of people, and as we said earlier, uh, interesting in my church, we had a conversation last month about friendship breakups, and it helped me to also look at some things and just filter. So I think I've thought about it very well. Uh, I have a number of very old time friends. I was trying to think of what friend for this. I was trying to think of what's my longest friendship.
How long has that been?
I would say maybe 20 something years. And these are people that this one I grew up with.
Interesting.
But apart from growing up, I think outside home,
Oh,
I have people that I think I've done 15, 18 years with.
wow.
And we still talk,
That's good. You're an OG now.
Yeah, so if that's what,
Give
but
us your
challenge
notes.
is that, if an 18-year-old is watching this and wasn't born when I was.
Hey,
So
you're an
yeah,
OG now. You're
yeah,
an OG in this thing.
yeah.
But yeah, how would you say adult friendships have been? I really, at first, I didn't give too much thought to it when people talk about making friends as an adult. It can be difficult, it can be this, but now I'm actually okay realizing that things are not the way they used to be when we were younger. I mean, when we had school, when we had church, or when we had like certain
Don't we
structures.
still have those structures? So we still have them, right? And I think, I want to go back and
Yeah,
look at our
yeah.
childhood.
Okay.
How did we form friends when we were little? You have a neighbor, all of you come out to play. For those of us that didn't play with phones, um, you came out to play, and you just made this person your friend.
Yeah, it was just like
You were in the same class.
mm-hmm.
Maybe the person was your neighbor, your seat neighbor. The person became your friend. You were in church, you were in a service unit together.
True.
So I think common social spaces where we found ourselves were places where we said we had friends.
Yeah.
But getting older, knowledge,
The
uh, the Bible says knowledge puffs up. Or some people can assume that knowledge even scatters plenty things.
it shows up the
It's
tables.
a lot of
Really,
tables.
it does.
So
It does.
when you were 7 year old or eight, some people claim they were very self-aware then. But did you know what an acquaintance was? As a
Everybody's
matter
my
of
friend.
fact, you get.
Everybody's my friend.
As a matter of fact, I
Everybody's
don't even
my
think there
friend.
was so much knowledge out there to say, okay, this is acquaintance, this is the meaning of acquaintance, this is the meaning of friend. It wasn't out there.
Yeah.
So I think knowledge growing up,
Mm-hmm.
influenced how we viewed friendships and how we made friendships.
Okay.
But when we were younger, it was, I would have loved to say it was easier because even if you, but I'm careful with that because
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, you can call this easier, but you can also evaluate and say, were they really friends? Some could have just been neighbors, classmates,
Yeah.
and that was fine.
And the proximity was what made the friendship easy.
Thank
To
you.
find. What about now? For instance, work. Where my difference now is this: at places like work or at places like maybe church now, even those friendships in church and everything, maybe we're two guys or we're two ladies and we're trying to maybe get married or probably get a job, and one person gets, the other person doesn't get or hasn't gotten yet, one person is busier than the other, the person start feeling like, oh, is it because you have a job? Is it because you have a wife? Or at work now, we're still in have same proximity. Work, everybody's trying to get towards a certain goal. Somebody's doing better than the other. Or maybe at work where your performance is rated based on this and this. People are claiming to be friends, but I mean, I want Oga to see me as
Yeah.
doing so. You see how?
But I think those things also happen when we're younger. Look at
Huh,
it.
okay.
If you were in the same class and you had friends, and
Yeah.
automatically, let's say your friend started doing exceptionally better
Then
than you, there would be that little, I think,
yeah. Of
that
course,
gap.
jealousy. Like you feel like
Yeah. Or
okay.
let's even say your friend became more popular. You
Uh-huh.
guys, you guys in GS1, you were besties.
Yeah.
In GS2, you were besties. GS3, I went to boarding school.
Yeah.
By the time you cross to SS1, where you confidently start saying last junior here,
Yeah.
um, levels change. You
Yeah.
know, there are many things. So I mean, so you could just lose a friend then because of
Because
some
of stuff.
operational stuff, and it happens as adults. You're working in the same space. This person gets a promotion you're hoping to get.
Get yeah.
So there are many dynamics. I think it might not be so different from when we're younger. The major difference I say
I see your
is
point now,
the
though.
knowledge. So now we are aware of so many things.
And I feel like we have the option of walking away too. That's why. When you
Yes,
were
we
younger,
do.
you are still in the same school. You will not say, "Oh, I'm changing schools because of you," or you will not say, "I'm going to change my class," or
It
"I will not
wasn't in your
call you again."
control. It
It
wasn't in
wasn't
your
in your
control. I think
control.
the
Yes.
biggest
So
thing I should carry is admission.
because that time when you're going to school, maybe my family and your family will go right to school together. Even if we are fighting, our parents will still drive us in the same car.
True,
So somehow we're forced to make up.
true,
Somehow we're forced to talk. Go and
true.
collect salt from their house.
Yeah,
You have to knock on the door.
very
We're not
true.
talking, but now I can say, you know what? I'm not calling you again. Or I see you and I pass you by. Nobody
Fine.
is going to hold you
Some
accountable.
people are even
Or I'll block you.
confident enough to have that conversation and say, Oga, we're no more
We're not
friends.
more friends again.
Forget
Yeah,
about it.
I'm not going to talk to you again. Or I'm not inviting you to my wedding. Or all those kind of things. People do that. Ah,
Ah,
yeah, like
they should do like this.
it's not that deep, right?
So
Really,
yeah,
it's not that
so
deep.
I think knowledge has a big impact on how we view friendships as adults.
We know a lot now.
Yeah. I think another thing I like to emphasize is self-awareness. Uh I mean, in the past maybe 15, 10 years, there's been a lot of knowledge out there on self-awareness.
Yeah.
So you get to understand who you are as a person.
Mm-hmm.
You get to understand your preferences.
Yeah.
When we hear things like love languages. I mean, when we're teenagers, we heard it,
Yeah, but it
but it
wasn't
wasn't
really
yet.
emphasized
You wouldn't evaluate someone
based
based
on
on their love language, or even you weren't aware that your love language influenced how you viewed
you.
others or expected. So the knowledge that we have gotten has really
I changed a lot of
impacted.
things.
Yeah, has changed
So
a
if
lot
you
of
don't love
things.
me the way I like to be loved,
There's
you're
that.
not filling my cup.
There's that. Yeah, there's
I'll
that.
cut you out.
There's
Sorry.
that.
I'll cut you out.
Yeah, there's that. There's that.
But really, so as an adult now, how would you say like you've been able to maintain friendships? Like I miss your schedule. So, I reach out to you, Shay, can we meet up by 5? You're like, please, I'm busy with this. I message you again next
Will
week.
I even respond
Like,
immediately?
you want me to call you? And what of those are going to say
um,
reply message now?
ah, yeah. So maintaining friendships, right?
Yeah.
I want to say go back. Well, people say you give time to what you value, but I think
Ah,
no, no. People say, right? People say, but once again, knowledge.
yeah.
Um, it's a fair
We
assessment to
have
say,
quotes back almost everything.
thank you.
We have quotes.
There's quotes for almost everything. So even when you say you give time to what you value, it's sometimes relative.
Yeah, true.
Your friend might not be available right now for you,
Mm-hmm.
not because they don't value you, but probably just because they have something else that they're not saying that is more important than you in the big
Grand scheme of
in the
things.
grand scheme
Yeah.
of things. They're just saying at this moment,
This is yeah.
and
Yeah.
just in case I can't communicate that, maybe maybe we should have the empathy to
Mm-hmm.
just understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I I try to be bright with my friendships in the sense that I'm not gonna assume the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I think it's helpful. not to assume the worst case scenario. So for example, if someone messages me on WhatsApp, if I message someone on WhatsApp, for example, and the person doesn't respond immediately, this is a personal
Say,
preference,
yeah,
but I know it differs for different people. Um, but for me, I'm like, okay, this person is busy.
yeah,
Even if the person has viewed it, this person is busy. So for me, it's like, what, that empathy of chill. This is adulthood. You know, adulthood
anything
is
can be happening. Yeah,
actually,
anything can be happening
I
with
don't
them.
know, man. It just feels tougher than we imagined.
Yes, yes.
You know,
There's so much to deal with,
yeah.
so much
So
on your
so
plate.
I think at first line maintaining adult friendships is that empathy, right? Then maybe don't assume the worst case scenario.
Immediately, don't always
Yeah,
think that
you know,
it's. I
even
mean,
if I want to say that, even if it seems there's a pattern
yeah,
and this person has apologized
and they're still doing the
and
same
they're
thing.
still doing the
Same.
same thing, maybe, give the person the benefit of the doubt repeatedly. Maybe.
Yeah,
And if you really feel pained so much that you want to have a conversation, maybe you should fix that conversation with the person.
yeah, and have
That's if the person even has the time for that
yeah,
conversation. But I'll just say extend grace.
yeah.
Adulthood is
It's happening in
apparently
different ways
happening in different ways.
for everybody.
There's so many dynamics now that influence how we are experiencing adulthood. So
True.
maybe just have that empathy when it comes to maintaining friendships. For some people the WhatsApp group is buzzing.
Yeah,
For some people,
they're talking too
there are
much.
two people that they've not commented. If you tag them 1 million times, they are not going to comment. They will even view and just be like, you don't know what this person is
I
going
told my
through.
friend like that. So when she actually finally calls me, I jump on that call like anything. Like no matter what I'm doing, I will jump on the call. I know that's the only time I might get to talk to her. And does it mean that it's I mean she should be my friend on my own terms. So let me give a backstory. There was a time where she was off communication for a while. And it was one of my other friends I was constantly communicating with. And then she was not like, okay, she's on Telegram. And I remember I was dating my husband, and I'm like, nope, I'm not going to stretch my neck to be checking Telegram. Who uses Telegram? Why will I go let's be?
But really, who
And then
uses
and then
Telegram? Well,
he asked me a
let me
question.
know because Telegram don't hot these days.
He asked me a question. He said, if I was the one that was on Telegram and that was the only way for us to communicate, will you? And I said yes. And he said, so she's giving you told that this is the best way she can communicate. But you're choosing not to because she wants to be convenient for you. So everybody does WhatsApp chat. You should do WhatsApp chat with me. And I was like, okay. And I realized that it was going to, if I actually didn't reach out to her through Telegram, it was pride on my own part because that's what worked for her then.
Mm.
And if I didn't reach out to her via Telegram and maybe affected our friendship, it was on me, not on her. So I realized that okay, this was the time to like be the bigger person,
Mm-hmm.
stretch myself. So at least once a week, I remember, okay, go and check Telegram, dump whatever you want to tell her. Next time you come. And funny enough, we've kind of
Navigated that.
navigated it. But really, my first instinct was that no,
They
I'm
use Telegram.
I'm not going the
Who
extra mile.
uses? I mean, if not for these coin people,
Don't check that
let me not shake
Telegram.
it. I use my mic. But yeah, I like the place of you saying you had to just yield, and
Yeah.
once again coming to how you value people, right?
Mm-hmm.
In whatever way we've built this friendship, if you value this person, maybe you should also
Yeah.
take that step and say, what works for this person?
Yeah.
Do I need to sacrifice some bit from
Meet
my
them in the
end?
middle too.
And just meet in the middle. A very tough thing to do when it comes to implementing. I mean, for example, you're saying if anybody message me on Telegram, for example, forget it. For what? Why? What? Are you a Yahoo boy? But but that's on the side. Yeah. So yeah, you know, come to that middle ground if possible. But I think another thing would be in adulthood, if you really feel pained,
Yeah.
I like the fact that your husband stepped into the
Um,
conversation.
if not,
But if you feel pained so much, reach out to this person,
yeah.
talk. What's the worst thing that can happen? The friendship ends.
Ends, yeah, true. And
You
it's not the
know,
end of the world.
and really,
It's not the end
it
of
is
the world.
not the end. Would it pain? Yes.
Yes.
Would
Yes.
you be disappointed? Yes.
Yeah.
Is there a possibility that you might not find someone like that person again? Yes,
Yes.
there's that possibility. And hopefully not, the world has a lot of amazing people,
Yeah, true.
But I mean, if you've built, for example, a long time friendship and that thing ends, it will be different from the 2 years, 1 year friendships.
Yeah.
So meet them at the middle.
True.
Extend our
True.
grace. I think in adulthood friendships, I think the biggest thing I would say is extend our grace.
I definitely.
I mean,
Yeah.
if you're Nigerian, everybody's dealing with stuff in our country.
Like
Um,
yeah.
so extend that grace. Some people even make calls and every time is lamentations. It's complete. So some friends are even hesitant to talk
To
again on
talk
call
here
because
because
like
you know that.
every time I always bring problem for you. You know, and you're always advising me. What you advised me last time is what I still came again with this time around.
I
So
need your
extend
advice.
that grace and just say, you know what?
Yeah.
Um, I know everyone is dealing with stuff.
Yeah.
Are there extremes? Yes,
Of
there are.
course they are.
There are some people that, really, and once again, maybe we should now reference that, you give time to what you value. But
Yeah.
it's tough. There are some group chats people would respond. Some people have people they've pinned that are not the loves of their lives.
Lives.
They have groups they've pinned
Yeah.
above church, above work,
Yeah.
anything that drops on that group.
They must be there. Yeah. True. True.
But some people don't. I'm sorry, I'm referring to WhatsApp, and that's to tell you how much WhatsApp has
Has
integrated
that.
into friendship. Mark Zuckerberg, nice one.
What's
So just to show you that,
really?
but I mean, some people do Snapchat, some people do,
Yeah, they keep streaks to each
yeah,
other.
it's they do on TikTok.
That. Oh, they do on TikTok.
They do things on TikTok. I don't know,
Okay.
man, but I don't know. Maybe they can help us comment. And I don't know what it is. But yeah, yeah. So extend that grace. Sure, that's my when it comes to friendships. That's my biggest response. It is not easy,
Yeah.
but extend that grace.
The end of the day, do we really have a choice? You mentioned social media. Do you think it's affected friendship now in this time and age? Like, what role do you think it has played? Good,
You know,
bad?
Mark Zuckerberg did a big one on us. He did a very big one on us because, um, we got to see Facebook grow.
Yeah.
How did Facebook
It
start?
was interesting
Friend
though.
request.
It was interesting.
And the psychology of that is just interesting because as at then, the value of a friend request was big.
Big, like if I send you friend
It
request,
means I want to really know you.
yeah.
Now you have 3,000 people that I don't know. you know,
Follow me, I follow you
and
back.
and it's interesting to see how it has evolved.
Yeah.
So yesterday I saw someone talking about to go. Well, some of us were not masters on to go. I even got to know yesterday that they were actually levels on to go.
To go.
I did not know. So I did not know. I was just doing. I use it occasionally. Occasionally. So I wasn't in that to go.
Yeah.
I wasn't a master or whatever they call themselves. But Facebook blew it. And I think it was
Yeah.
just that friend request. I don't know if there are other platforms that had called it friend
Friend
request.
request.
They might have called it connection. But that friend request was a big appeal
Yeah, I want to be
emotional.
your
I want to be
friend.
your friend. And
Like
this person
easy
connects. And then it was a big thing. You would communicate on Facebook.
Yeah, you chat,
Others started coming up.
follow me.
When Twitter started, it was interesting to follow. In short, now if you try this where you say follow me back, you look like you look
Who
like
are you?
are you from 1999?
Follow, follow
So
me, follow,
you
follow me, I
follow.
follow you back.
Thank you. That was the trend then.
Yeah,
Now they just do it for engagement and all
yeah.
those influencer
How
people.
many followers do
You
you
know,
have?
so it's interesting to see how connection to people has been
Change.
influenced by social media.
Mhm.
Um, Now a number of people don't use Facebook again. It's just the platform. Mark Zuckerberg hooked us with trends.
Yeah.
It was after
Just
all
kept
of
on
us
saying,
installed threads that we discovered that you cannot delete.
I did
You
not
cannot even you can't delete you can't even delete your
trade account.
yeah
And thank God I don't trade.
unless you
Glory
link
to
it.
God.
I don't even know how that guy did it. Oh, he knows what he's doing. Anyhow, we digress. So coming back to base. So Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, and then
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. We call WhatsApp social media, and
Yeah.
that's how integrated WhatsApp.
See that social media is
But
lifeline
it
though.
is you get.
It's social
But it's
media, but
supposed
it's
to be social
lifeline.
media.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
lifeline though.
instant messaging was not supposed to be this instant.
Yeah,
It was just supposed to be, if I can't call you, I message you and maybe
yeah.
you respond. But now, WhatsApp is
Do you know
in our
people
lives
forget
every
there's
day.
something called text message? That
People have
okay,
forgotten
if I text you, you actually see that more than even the WhatsApp. I won't trust WhatsApp message more than
text
texting.
messages. Yeah,
Yeah.
so social media has had a very big role in friendships as people. A couple of years back, when you collect someone's number on WhatsApp, So when you collect someone's number, it doesn't automatically register that WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, yeah.
You know, I think an upgrade to that happened was, you didn't have to. If I had not saved your number or something like that, I will not see your WhatsApp or something.
Yeah.
They'll shout. But now everybody's number is on. WhatsApp is sure the calls on WhatsApp sometimes are clearer than normal
No,
calls
I'll
in
call
Nigeria.
like
So
come to Nigeria.
it has become a daily communication platform. How has this impacted friendships? Once again, communication.
Yeah.
Communication. Rising cost of transportation. But yeah, it's easy to communicate now.
Yeah.
You jump on calls, WhatsApp groups. The average Nigerian
As in,
is on at least 10 WhatsApp groups. For some reason, I just hope, but I mean, I will be curious to see if that happens. If something that gives us peace of mind from WhatsApp is, please, I'm not demarketing WhatsApp, but if something that isn't so intrusive as WhatsApp, maybe it's developed. Maybe, I mean, let's see.
why do you feel like it's intrusive?
Anybody can, that if they, so let me give an example. I have notifications turned off on my phone,
Yeah, same.
but I don't have read receipts turned off.
Okay.
If I read your message and I don't respond and you're angry, go and hug transformer. But
Okay, you mean to that level where
so
everybody expect, yeah.
people message you and they instantly expect a response because you're online. That's why everybody's hiding last scene.
Yeah,
This
last
one because
scene. I
hey,
don't want you to know.
just
who
hold
you're
it right
messaging.
there.
Thank God I recently found out about the unread. So if I put a message, I'm not ready to.
Oh, there's
read
unread now.
I do unread.
You need to
I
update
don't
that.
affect whether they see it or not, but I just know that it backlogs into
You are
stuff that I've
breaking
not
people's
opened yet.
hearts.
Everybody will be fine.
You go and look at how everybody has archived groups.
Yeah, yeah.
People are.
It's like noise.
It's noise.
Like noise, yeah.
You can't even leave the group. I think now there's an update where you can leave and they don't shout, this person has left this group. But people can't even leave. That's to tell you how obligated.
Groups that they don't want to leave. I'm sorry.
The obligations, right? So what was the group created for? Hangouts, friends, alumni something. Set of 2009, set of 2011, set of.
So you must stay there. If you leave,
You must stay there. Why come now? All of us are
now.
there. So it feels intrusive sometimes. Anyone gets your message, you message me on WhatsApp. People have had experiences where someone just messages them because they were on a group. Bro, sis, I don't know
I would
you.
like to be your friend. My name
is thank
Joe.
you. Thank you.
I'd like to make meaningful networks.
I see those that are.
You.
Thank you. You got it. If I wanted to connect to you, I would have met you where we will connect. But it's fine. It's fine. No wahala. I would evaluate whether. Yeah. I know the point. You might never chat with that person again. You might never chat. So, are you really getting connected?
Yeah.
So it's yeah. And these days, you now see people. Everyone is now. You people catch their subs, and there was a time a couple of years back, people used to come to statuses to rant.
Yes,
About people.
broken.
Thank you. But now, if you come and rant, so the thing then was, if you rant, the people that need to see it. The only people that have your WhatsApp are your school people. You need to spread that message. But now, 1 million people. So your uncle, your auntie, your friend, colleague, worker, will see all those things. So you better be careful with what you rant about. But I mean, some people don't care still. They would put what they need to put out there. But what I'm talking about, sometimes you just put something on your status. See, WhatsApp has really influenced communication and connections.
Yeah.
You put something on your status, and that's where everybody remember that you are alive.
Yeah.
Long time.
You know that sometimes.
This is what you look like now. This is you.
You better wait.
Comments. So social media has really impacted how we connect with people. So I mean, now you would know that the only group you might only be commenting on is your friend or friend, your
close friend,
your clique, your guys. But some of us already have like 3, 4, 5 of that. So how has it impacted on friendships? Really, it has influenced our communication. It has made it easy sometimes.
Yeah.
But in that ease, there's been some sort of intrusiveness.
Yeah.
But I mean, people make new friends on WhatsApp.
Yeah, true.
I mean,
There's still that.
I would have loved to speak for younger people. I've seen
Yeah.
them put on their statuses that, oh, let's just. I don't think I've connected to anyone based on they put it on their status. You
Yeah.
know, if I met you physically, you know, if for some reason we met online, eventually we'll meet physically.
Physically, yeah.
You know, so social media has made it easy to just meet people. You know, I mean,
True.
you
True.
meet, you follow, you see, friend of a friend.
Yeah.
So it has made it easy to connect with
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
But
To feel like
in
I
making
align with this
friendships,
person.
everyone has their own various criteria that they use
Yeah.
eventually. Some people have friends on social media they've never met.
Yeah.
Some people have friends they've met once.
Once, true.
So I think at the end of the day, the impact now is individual,
Yeah.
but we should admit that yes, social media has made it sort of easier to meet people,
Meet people, yeah.
to make them your friends. That's
More
not a
different
personal thing. Yeah,
conversation
that's not
on
a
its
personal
own.
thing.
True, true, true. But do you believe in cutting off people? Like,
It's almost
you
that
know?
time of the year. As we're hearing Maya Carey's voice, we're hearing scissors and knives.
It's
Um,
a new year,
yeah.
new
So
energy.
yes, I mean, cutting off people, right? It's fine. Um, you have your reasons. If you want to cut off a friend,
Mm,
if you want to cut off someone, let me not say a friend. Okay, let's say a friend. We're talking about friendships.
yeah.
If you have your reasons, it's fine. I'm big on communication
Yeah.
personally,
Have that
and with
conversation.
my friendships. If I'm disappointed in something you did, I'll let you know. Um,
Straight up
if you're disappointed in something I did, I think you should let me know.
as well. Okay.
If I haven't noticed that space, I would ask you and say, "Oh,
How
how far?
things
Kiddo
be?
share
Yeah.
talk to me." But it's not everyone that is comfortable doing that or is able to do
To do
that.
that, true.
So I think the conversation about cutting off friends is valid. I'm not going to invalidate anyone's feelings. Where the conflict used to happen is where we're now talking about what is the criteria that are able to cut off friends. There was something that trended, I think, 3 months ago on Twitter of a guy that um uh he wasn't feeling well. He
Yeah.
told his friends, I think he had a surgery or something like that, and I think he told these guys once,
Yeah.
and then
Nobody said
after the
anything.
surgery or something, nobody checked up on him, and he said
Okay.
definitely he's cutting all of them off.
Ah.
And I think the tweet blew up. You know, people were commenting on both sides. He found its way to one of my friend groups. For us, it was a no-brainer. Like, if you feel hot, talk to us.
And say you expected this, this,
Oga,
this,
even call us out. Do you know where you know us from?
this.
Guy, call us out. Maybe this is an opportunity for us to improve. But as I
Yeah.
said earlier, that it's now preference. Some people get so hot that it is painful.
Yeah.
And you just, I mean, what if the person died? What if that guy died? They would have
Yeah.
come to his
Everybody
burial
will
and
come and start saying
he was a lovely
I
guy.
should have.
Meanwhile,
He said it.
yeah. So, but as I said earlier, I'm big on communication. So if you feel hot,
You have to actually find out
talk.
why. Yeah.
And if they now tell you that, "Oga, get out, we don't rate you." Okay, no, wala, this is my scissors.
Yeah. I'm
Uh,
being, yeah.
yeah, but
True.
cutting off friends, it will bring a lot of questions around what's your friend, all those things. There are some of my friends, nothing can cut us off. We're almost like blood. So if you like do
Where
your
does
worst,
it come from?
where do you want to go? Till death do us part.
Actually
Till
want to
death
start
you
from
what you
truly.
get. So in short, so there are those kind of friends that they are blood.
Yeah, the connection is
Yeah,
already
but are
there.
there things that happen within people that are also blood? Oh
Yes,
yes.
there
Other things they happen, money,
Yeah.
something, money especially. Money always affects. Even you've had siblings fight over
Fight,
different
yeah,
things.
over the same
But
thing.
you see that for siblings, for example, there's just always that last thin line of
You
blood,
always still
baby.
hold on,
No
yeah.
wala. But
Yeah.
as I said, once again, it comes back to preferences. There are people that, with their siblings too. It has gone
Some
to
people
some
have
levels
cut off. Oh,
that no going back. And
like
that's
give
fine.
everybody
That's
yeah, yeah.
valid, yeah, right. But yeah, cutting off friends, I don't do it personally. Um Sometimes it drifts away.
Yeah, just drifts.
Yeah, it just drifts. I think a healthier side would be, what happens when you drift? Does that person stop becoming your friend?
Ah,
What do you think?
I think that when it drifts, for me, I'll still hold you there. I'll probably still remember, like maybe it's your birthday. Maybe if I was probably close to your mom or your siblings or stuff, I'll reach out and all of that. I feel like if there's also need to still reach out to you, I'll reach out to you.
But is the person still your friend? Do you think you call the person a friend?
Ah, so for me personally, I don't attach identity to titles. Like,
Oh,
I don't. I'm not big on, oh, will I call you friend or not?
so what you call them? Somebody I know.
I don't know what I would call them, to be honest, but I just know that if there's something I need, or if there's if I need to reach out to you, I would still reach out to you regardless.
You didn't have to
As
cut
in,
me
because
off.
I felt we didn't have a conversation where we're like, okay, from today henceforth, 12th of March, I am no longer,
I'm sure there are
and
people
I'm
in your
not
life that
speaking.
have that experience.
Some people do that. They're like, no, I'm not speaking to you again. I'm alienating you like family from like, I mean, let's say we treat breakups, or so treat breakups where we just, create that fence. Do you understand? If we had maybe like a major fight and something happens and we just sort of drift and we're not speaking as much as we used to and all of that. I mean, you're still in my life. I mean, like,
I
you're
still
still
hold you in my
important to me.
heart.
Yeah. We might not be very conscious of everything that happens to me on a day-to-day basis, know
Mm-hmm.
what's going up,
Mm-hmm.
telling you, oh, this is what I plan, my dreams, my hopes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like if I need to reach out to you, and if you give me a cold shoulder, fine, I'll move on. But I don't know.
Yeah, so drifting happens, and as once again, it's consequences of adulthood.
Yeah.
Drifting has happened. We have
Just
friends. This is a pain point for me.
well,
We have friends scattered all across the world
true.
because of Japa. You know, I miss a lot of my friends,
I think
and I'm sure it is for everybody.
I think I go the extra mile with people. Even people. I think one thing I've discovered is this. Why I told you I don't believe in drifting and then cutting off is this. Even as much as posting one liner, so I'm not talking to Shay in like 3 years or nothing important as even. But I see it's your birthday. I'll just write a happy birthday. Even if it's sending it to your DM, I feel like that keeps me in your mind.
But for some people, they don't like that. It has reduced in recent times. But there was a time, if you use, people used to use, you have forgotten me. Apparently, everybody is squad is forgetting plenty people. So it seems that conversation just ceased.
Just wish you happy birthday randomly. I mean, I've not talked for a while.
And this is how
And
you
so,
have forgotten me. Oh.
ah,
That used to be the next line.
but I'll say you've forgotten me too.
So
Because
we'll forget ourselves.
the phone. You have a phone. If I can call you, you too can call me. So, I would also say I've been fortunate enough to not have people that are very petty as well. I have had a good luck in terms of choosing friends where
It's
if I
because you are
don't,
not petty enough. Petty.
I've actually not had very petty friends. So if it's once I reach out to you because I feel like something always comes up where I need to reach out to somebody that I might not have spoken to in a while. And for some reason, they always still just listen to me or help me out or come through for me. So if I find ways to reach out to you, if I see you somewhere, I'll greet you or talk to you, and maybe I'll not see you in the next 5 years, fine. But I also make sure to just have that line of communication because I don't know when next I might
Yeah.
need your help. But I mean, I don't really throw it maybe any bad things. I like,
Even further than needing, I think that needing help would be the place. But apart from even needing help, I think it's just nice to, for us to know that people made an impact in our lives.
yeah,
So if you met this person and you guys were close, for a while, and then things happened, you drifted apart, that time slot that person had,
hard, yeah,
if
very
that
true.
person was valuable to you, you should, I think you should consider that the person always have a place in
Place,
your heart.
yeah,
If it drifted on good terms, even if it drifted on bad terms, this is a tough one because that's where you now sprinkle things like breakups, scamming people, and all those things.
yeah. It's not
But
very
before this person broke up with you, you were a very pleasant person to
to
them.
them, yeah,
If you find in your heart to forgive them and just, but it's a hard thing. That one is very hard.
yeah.
If somebody's collect money from you
Run away with it.
and it drift away, just be drifting like that.
My
Because if I catch you, be drifting. It's police
You're
that will settle our matter. Just be drifting like that,
because
you know.
yeah, like some things that leave
Yeah,
a leave there.
so
It's true.
as I said, if it's on good terms, if it's not on good terms, it might just be fine to just. I'm not gonna wish you happy birthday. Like, when I say this money matter, don't pay me. But I'm not gonna wish you happy birthday.
True though.
I will even view your status. I will view your story.
I know.
And I'm not, if you like,
Okay,
if you're among those people that has to count people that view,
why?
some people have turned that off.
Me, I think
You know,
if I don't want you in my life, I think I will even just mute
um,
you and just not want
me,
to keep
if you
in
even
touch.
if you do me bad thing, strong, very strong,
Yes.
strong thing, me,
You
I will
want to
delete your number.
yeah,
I will
yeah.
delete you. Just be going.
I'm actually, I think
To
I will keep
Jesus be
your
the
number.
glory.
I'll keep your
So we
number,
meet
but
in
I
at
might
Jesus'
just,
feet.
I'll keep your number, but I might just mute you anyway because I don't want to see reminders and like have constant
Exactly. So
flashbacks.
for me, yeah, that's what. So I if I see reminders, I get emotional.
Yes, I
So
don't
me, I
believe
can
that
follow you on social
out of
media.
sight
I
is out
can,
of mind. So I
but
don't
it
see.
doesn't mean there's bad blood. If you notice that I unfollowed you and you want to call me out on it,
Please let me
call
check
me
my
out.
phone to see if she's still
Ah,
online.
I will be here now.
But
But
yeah,
yeah.
so
So I think it's
mm,
just to um cutting off friendships. It's as I've been saying, extend grace before you cut off.
at the end of the
If
day,
it's bad terms,
you
maybe
should
you
know
should.
what's going on.
If it's bad terms, it's fine. If nothing happened badly and life just happened, this person moved away from your vicinity, you guys stopped talking for a while. You know, if that issue that day you thought about the person, and you remember that we used to be close, why not message the person?
Yeah,
I do it
you
with
just say,
people, you know, just say
just
hi, you say,
remember them.
oh, how have you
Yeah,
been? You know, you can even circumvent the conversation around you forgot me and say, oh, I'm sorry, I've not been in touch. I think it's
you
just
tell me you're going
maybe
to unflog
emotionally
me.
intelligent to just, don't have that conversation if I forgot, who did not forget today. Just come in directly,
Yeah, talk about
how have you
stuff.
been?
Yeah.
I see you posted this, or, I just thought to check up on you. Crossed my mind. That you
I was
crossed my
thinking about
mind
yeah.
is a very emotional line for people. So
Like,
people
oh, you
feel,
remember me? Oh,
thank you, you
yeah,
get.
yeah.
And if your heart can even go further and there's good way you want to express that person, you want to say a prayer, you want to send money, you want to
Do
do
all
it
those
at
things.
that
Yeah.
moment.
Just
And if that's not the case, it's fine. If it's just a check-in, it's fine.
mm,
Yeah, so
mm,
that's
mm.
don't cut off people. We all need each
Yeah,
other.
I think it's very
At some
important.
we don't all need each other. Let me take that statement. But it would be nice to need each other.
People you are throwing this shade to, we don't only
Yeah.
they will come for you on your own. So let's talk boundaries. How have you placed boundaries in like your friendships? Like you're like, okay, maybe you meet someone like for the first time and be like, oh, while you guys are getting close, but you realize that okay, you're not supposed to do more than this. How do you even communicate that?
Yeah,
How do you even let people?
have you spoken about how we make friends as adults?
Yes, yes,
Have we?
yes.
So I'm saying that because, when you are, as a child, you're not collecting applications for friends, except if you were in that batch. It's possible some people had that experience. It's possible. Yeah, it's possible.
No comment.
That people, I'm
They
sure
are
there'll be
lucky.
somebody in this life that someone have written letter, I want to be your friend. And you would have
Yes,
seen that and say, return this thing from my front.
girls
Who are
obviously
you?
studying school, write letter for you.
Thank you. Um, so yeah, but as children, if I think for most of us, it was just as we initially said.
Yeah,
As adults, you don't do we collect applications for friendships? People say it, oh, I'd like to be your friend.
yeah.
But there was maybe something that attracted them.
So the
There
other
was a
person.
common ground, work, church, something, something. So that happens. And the question around that is, when you say boundaries, when do you draw the boundaries?
Yeah.
When do you initiate the boundary?
Most times after something has happened.
Thank you.
That's why. That's why I think.
You will not be getting close to me and I'll say, Ace, okay, sit down.
Rules and
These are rules and
regulations.
regulations. If you know me, thou shall do this. Thou shall not do this. And I'm sure, as I said, in this life, there's nothing human beings can do. There are people in this life that have that list.
There's a reference.
This one we are getting close. Not this one, oh. I
I
don't,
don't take this.
I don't take this.
I don't do this. If you ever
I'm
call
sure
me
there are
after
people that
8
way.
p.m.,
You te-
if you call me 2 times, send a message. Don't call me 3 times.
there are people. So I honestly will not be surprised that they are. But you don't really draw those boundaries. You don't sit down with your friends and say, these are the, how many, one day I was doing some evaluations with my friends and I discovered that there was one of my friends I thought it was from, I thought it was a Yoruba guy. This is someone I've known since secondary school.
You did not know it was a Yoruba.
He knew, like, I didn't know it was not Yoruba. He's from Kogi.
Oh yeah, all the people from Kogi
From the
that
name and
actually have
everything. But
yeah.
we never had that conversation to ask state of
What state
origin.
are you from? I have a friend from Edo State too that has full Yoruba
And I'm
names.
thinking, well, we spoke in Yoruba, but it wasn't a thing. But when it comes to this boundaries thing, Okay, it's always also digress into maintaining friendships. But let me come back to boundaries. So you don't sit down and say, oh, you want to communicate the terms and conditions. Uh, it's when something is showing that you now say, oh, guy, I don't like this one, no. Babe, I don't like this one.
It's almost like they have to do something
to
that you do
now,
not like.
yeah,
Or
or something happens around, and I say, I know they did that kind of thing, or this works for me, or this is how I communicate, or here. So the conversation around boundaries is a very, as I said, until something happens, you might not have that boundaries
so you have
conversation.
to place them,
Yeah,
put them
you
in
would
place
have
first.
your conditions, you have the things that you set up as boundaries. Some people can tell from just looking at you
Interaction
and
with you that
interaction that these are your boundaries. Some people
yeah.
might not be able to know that you
Yeah.
don't like snatching their phone and opening their phone.
Yeah.
So it's when something happens that you would now,
Mm.
you know.
Mm.
And as we said initially, knowledge. Some things you don't even know are your boundaries until
Until maybe somebody says them
that
or you hear them.
say don't message me after 10.
Mm.
It's not healthy.
Yeah.
They say that people that look at their phones before they sleep, they don't message me after 10.
This was before. You have to
You
tell
know,
them
you
you
just
said it.
you just got to know that people that spend 2 hours before this
They
thing,
sleep.
they don't
Sometimes you
sleep
are
well.
sleeping.
So now
And
you
you
know,
pass here your real room.
that's when you discover that wow, chatting to the night is not my
So
thing.
you now start telling people that I
Wow.
don't chat.
So knowledge, eventually when something happens, that's when the boundaries come. But yeah, you should have boundaries in your friendships. You know, I mean, I think it would make sense to say some friendships have levels. The acquaintance thing. People always struggle with that thing because
And they get offended.
you're not even gonna introduce someone as this is my acquaintance.
That's
You
they
know,
always say friend in
you
Nigeria.
and what happens under that acquaintance bracket is so there are many other things.
Yeah.
Work colleague,
Yeah.
church member, uh, neighbor.
Neighbor.
This is my neighbor. This is my work colleague. This is my
This is my friend's
But
friend.
we're always afraid. You feel say this is my work colleague, and the person that's thinking it was your friend.
Friend. I say
Say,
so we're not friends, right?
now work colleague. This is my neighbor. I thought I was your friend.
Oh yeah.
But but some people are very clear in that communication of,
And they don't care.
and they don't. Yeah, you must understand them on that side.
Yeah.
Some people, once you are laughing with them on the first day, you are their friend.
Friend, yeah.
They will introduce you as friend for the rest of their life. My friend. Even you that are being introduced as the friend, you're like, I'm not your friend, though. Chill, chill, chill. So the boundaries thing is very. You should have boundaries with people. Levels of friendships. There will be boundaries. There's some of your friends that can message. There's some of your friends that can call you in the middle of the night
Yeah.
and you will pick.
Yeah.
There are some that who be this one now?
I'm like, why are you calling me right
Why-
now?
Did you see me in your dream? So maybe there are levels of friendships. I've not read any book up to that level. But I think all of us admittedly know that we have levels of friendship. There are people you call your friend, but they're just like, oh, yeah, we met in church. We know ourselves from church. We know a couple of things. We've bonded over, but
It's not more than
he
that.
can't ask me for money.
Yeah.
He can't crack some time. He can't be laughing with me and slap me. So
I
there are
will
levels
miss
of
it.
friendships, and those levels would bring some sort of boundaries. Some if they slap you, say, wait a minute, that one. Okay, we know Sabi reach that level.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's where I
I
would say
think it's
boundaries.
very important. Okay, so last question before we go. Have you ever had a friendship breakup?
Hmm. I referenced my church group at the beginning of this conversation of this conversation, and we had a chat
Yeah.
uh, last month about friendship breakups, and it
Mm-hmm.
got me thinking if I had friendship breakups. Um, I think right now, in hindsight, then I thought I didn't have guy to guy.
Oh wow.
Well, I've had friendship breakups with ladies, but this is not
Mm.
saying that that's where it happens. It was on emotional grounds.
Yeah.
The person was my friend
Mm-hmm.
when we're
Mm-hmm.
talking, so definitely if we stop talking for one reason or the other,
Yeah.
it means it
It's
was a
a
friend.
yeah.
And I miss some of them just in case they watch this. um, but yeah, it happens. It happens. So when we we're having that conversation, it felt like we think guys, it's not a thing like that. Guys can fight physically,
I mean themselves up
and
on themselves.
and blood will even flow. And the next day, Okay, bro, not do that kind of thing again. Boundaries.
Yeah,
But we are still guys. We still drink together. We still eat together. We still play games together. You know. But it happens. I mean, from a lady perspective, I want to hear. Do you have a do you think you have a lot of friendship breakups?
I don't think I've had a female.
You're a lovely person, no? Yeah, you're a lovely person.
Everybody's already, yeah, so
You're
that's
a
why I
very
say I
lovely
can't be
person.
case study for most of these
Yeah,
things.
yeah.
I think that so I think there's something there's one rule I took literally when they say the person that you want others to be for you, be that person. And I think that hack has worked for me because
No, we say there's no
people
codes that can work for anybody. There are plenty codes for.
do you know why? Because what people expect you to be people expect you to be what they want first. I don't know how to explain it.
Come again, come again. I
So
want airtime
you want something from your friendships. You want something in a friend,
Okay.
but you expect somebody to do it to you first.
Not that friend.
No, not you being that person first.
Oh,
No, it's like I want a friend that is this. I want a friend that is this. I want a friend that shows up for me. But when they say be the person that you want to see, I think for me, I took that literally from a young
would
age.
it be fair asking me to be my need?
Something like that. It
It's
sounds
a tough
foolish.
word.
Yes, that's the thing. But you expect somebody else to be that to you. And I realized somehow that when I start showing up as that person for people, it kind of affected the quality of people around me. Somehow. So I had this thing that I used to do where if any of my friends have a book or have an event or something, I find something to give to them.
Hmm.
One of my friends, he was buying this. Okay, except his last, I think except his last concert, I didn't do anything. But
You see, you don't they mess
he
up
was
the friendship.
but
But okay, because he's married now, it doesn't tell a friendship again. Wow,
that's
must be
not why.
nice.
For
Must be
some reason, I
nice.
just couldn't at that moment. But I
Okay.
mean, I supported all of that. I
Mm-hmm.
shared.
Mm-hmm.
But like, it's as small as buying the shoes he was going to wear or something. And I told one girl randomly, I was like, oh, even post her event. I was like, see, it's just 5K I have, but I make it a point of duty to give to anything my friend is doing. And this is that my friend started picking it up.
Hmm.
So I'm doing something else. One just messaged me, oh please. I'm the one that was always asking for post flyers. I don't know if I've had that attitude where you post something and I'm like, she
Yeah,
sent me the
I've not
flyer of this.
posted, but you post a lot of flyers. I mean, habits. You post a lot of flyers.
And so in my head, I'm like, if this is the only way I can support you, I'll do it. One of my friends one day reached out to me and said, please send this to another person. And when I see my friends post my stuff now, at first I'll be like, I'm posting my stuff because I'm not used to it. I'm usually the one who does it for them. But I realized that somehow it started rubbing off on everybody in my circle. So certain things I would do for them, they would either they will learn or maybe it's them trying to pay back. I don't know. I just feel like they would sit and say, she always does this. She's doing this thing. Let's push through for her. And I saw that it now started to affect the quality of people around me.
Hmm.
So I wasn't in a place where I was waiting for people to do for me. I started doing, and when they saw how it felt, they took it up to themselves. And so it has now affected the quality of people I have around me. So so it's almost like by default, it's like someone has showered you. Today I give you 1 million. Tomorrow I give you 1 million. Next tomorrow I give you 1 million. If I say give me 15 naira, Shay, you will look for it.
I can't be less of what you need.
You will look for. So it's almost like
Yeah.
you just have to find a way. So I just realized, you know what? I rather show up as this person. If I get it, fine. If I don't get it, fine. I mean, I don't get it from everybody. That's the truth. And for me, it just makes me know that okay, this is how you want things to go between us. I keep you at that level. But then for other people, so for me, I've actually been lucky with friendship breakups where, I mean, it hasn't gone that bad. Oh, I have not let it go that bad, and I just I tell myself to just forget some things and not take some things to heart, and I don't try to just make an issue out of it.
This life no easy.
It's not. So I've had friendship breakup with a guy, unfortunately, but it was not emotional. Something that
They put
happened
this thing
that
and make your husband no see.
what does he not know? What does he not know? But yeah, and as you said, actually, it does hurt, or it did hurt. It hurts. It hurts because I mean, I feel like they're better ways of handling. As you said, communicate. I don't feel like enough communication was done to say, okay, this thing happened to me. Just send me voice notes, and you're going to block me, and you blocked me. You now allow me to reply.
Oh wow. Ah, come on.
I not give up. Oh, sorry.
Ah,
I not
those
give up.
kinds
I
are.
copied the voice notes I was gonna send on iMessage. You must, if you don't want to hear, but I
Oh more. That was
Because before I could finish listening,
the person has thought.
before I could finish listening, I just saw that my
It really
replies were like
pains. It really
delivering
pains. It
again.
really pains. But people, it happens
And
with other
then I'm
people.
just like,
They don't
okay.
care whether you respond. They've said their mind. They've made their peace. To Jesus be the glory.
As in, so for a while, I was like, wait, if you really, really value this thing, why won't you let me say my piece, say my mind?
Doesn't value it. Deal with your value.
Let me
Yeah.
explain. So I mean, I let that one go. And for a while I was, feeling bad about it, but someone told me something. Someone said the person was in a very emotional space, so they did what they did. Move on from it. So I stopped me that
It takes
I
some
cannot
time
see
now.
somebody and pass
You know,
them.
they say there are stages of grief. So it takes some time.
I cannot see somebody and pass them. I started seeing and passing. So it's all good. It's all good. But
They pain, no, but the person was really hot.
it's painful. It's
It's
painful.
it's a painful thing, and we know friendships matter to us as people.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
No matter how people say, someone might claim that,
Cut them
oh,
off.
yeah, maybe sometimes that's cutting off thing is even an emotional appeal for
Yeah,
attention.
I want to.
I want
Yes.
to, you get, I want to, love
Sherry
me.
block me. Why?
You get, like,
What's
talk to me
happening?
now. Talk to me. So yeah,
Hmm.
it's fine. It happens. Friendship breakups happen, uh, for many reasons, and I think it's been nice to forgive. Uh, Even saying stressing on your last point that there's a scripture that says, the sorry I'm referencing scripture a lot,
Please,
that Jesus
please.
is our high.
It's our standard.
Yeah, the Bible says that he that would have friends will show himself
Show
friendly. Yeah,
himself friend.
paraphrasing. So as I said, give some level of, that's how a lot of friends are made.
Yeah,
It can't be the only one receiving. Come
we
on,
have to.
give. Yeah, give.
We expect so much from other
Yeah,
people,
that's fine.
and it's really
That's it.
hard for us to do the same. But yeah,
That's it.
yeah, it's been an interesting
Oh yeah,
conversation.
thank you so
Really,
much,
really.
Toby.
Thank you, Shay.
The conversation around friendships cannot be exhausted. Yeah.
Really.
It's an ongoing one,
Yeah.
and I think, as adults, you know, it's this is my own another pain point for me, that adulthood is actually getting is more complicated than I imagined. You see our parents. I wanted to make this point, and I think I'll just make my last point, where
Okay.
you see your mother is going for a wedding of someone that she has not. You even know that she doesn't like this person.
Or
you
they're showing up. They will
She
tell you
bought the
the
ashwebi
wedding class.
because in adulthood there are
Yeah.
just some
Mm.
obligations that you must do.
Some things are just
You
obligations
get,
because you feel good
it's
with
not
them.
easy. That's sacrifice.
Yeah, as
You have to
well.
make that call. You have to say, now I'm just reminding to message one of my guys. You know, Message the person, make that call, go for this person's stuff. You know,
And
Ah,
sometimes that's the only time I see that person, maybe till like
but,
the next year.
next year, about or 3 years. Look at this jackpot thing that is happening to a lot of people. Even if you have jackpot in another country, the chances of you seeing some people.
Again.
So, sacrifice.
Yeah.
It's not easy. Oh. That's why it's called sacrifice.
Yeah.
Sacrifice is not easy. But
Yeah.
extend grace. Extend grace to yourself in how you have assessed your friendships, and extend grace to your friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest message adulthood is just doing many things, people. It's doing
We'll be
many.
fine.
They say adulthood is a scam. But the thing about a scam is that you stop doing the scam.
We cannot stop
You
it.
can't stop except you
It's our Lord and
except you
Maker.
kaput. Thanks so much, Toby. I wanted to see on the podcast that you're doing amazing work.
Thank you.
We met on Starting Life.
Yes, that's how many years ago.
Yeah, I used to
Shout out to Victory.
shout out to Victory.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
in touch with Victory.
I know you know how to keep in touch with many people. I know what you're doing with YSB is wonderful.
Thank
This
you.
podcast is wonderful, and I want to really compliment you. You're doing awesome work. And I pray God keeps strengthening you. I pray for a lot of wisdom. They usually say subscribe and click the like button. All those things that people say. Well, you cannot come to my phone and force me. But yeah, subscribe, like, listen to the podcast, and share feedback.
Yes, please. Feedback.
Yeah, share feedback.
Thank you so much for
Thank you
listening.
so much,
Have
guys.
a lovely,
Pleasure to
lovely
hear.
day.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.